This is the Sports Stop with your hosts, James, Atticus, and Evan. Only on WSJU Radio.
Welcome everybody to the newest sports show on WSJU Radio, the newest sports show that's sweeping the St. John's University campus, the Sports Stop, here again on WSJU Radio. From 11 to 1, a 2-hour sports show, which we all enjoy because we just have a lot to talk about. I am James Mitchell. Alongside me are my partners, Atticus George. I swooped him in from Cover 3 last semester. And actually, Atticus is a new member, so claps for Addy. Nice job. And now we have a new prospective member, Evan Maguire, this is his first time in the radio station. Looking forward to it. Knows all about his sports. He's a big, Evan, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, everyone. I'm a big-time Philadelphia Eagles fan, as well as a New Jersey Devils fan, and big-time Yankee fan, too.
Here, Evan, why don't you go to the other mic? It seems that mic 4 isn't really working all that well, so let's just turn that sucker off. And, yeah, there you go. Now try that one. Evan, introduce yourself.
All right, let's try this again. I'm a big-time Philadelphia Eagles fan, as well as New Jersey Devils hockey fan, and also a big-time Yankee fan.
Very good. Well, except for the Yankees, I'm not really a big fan of those, as we all know. But, I'm sure you're happy with the signing of Masahiro Tanaka. So, yes, I'm sure you're all excited about that. And we'll talk more about that later. But, Atticus, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. It took me a little bit to wake up this morning, but, every morning is a struggle for me.
Well, we all know that it takes you about a half hour, 45 minutes to do your hair.
It takes a good 45 minutes for me to do my hair, yeah. And then I ended up just putting a hat over the top of it today anyway.
What a waste of effort. All right, so everybody, this is the team. We will be with you every morning from every Wednesday morning from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can call in, talk to us at 718-990-3SJU. That's 718-990-3758. Or you can tweet at us, as the kids are doing, at SportsStop WSJU Radio. I'm excited for this new show. I'm excited for the new semester. So, you know what? Let's just get started. How's that sound? The first thing we have on the agenda, of course, are the top stories. One of them being St. John's basketball, upsetting number 12 Creighton by winning 70-65 at Madison Square Garden on Sunday. D'Angelo Harrison had 19 points. He led the team. And the biggest thing that happened with that game was Doug McDermott was held, of course the star Creighton player, was held to 0 points in the last 9 minutes.
Yeah, Jakar Sampson did a great job playing defense on him down the stretch.
Yeah, he definitely did. But, I mean, it just seemed like, I looked at the stats earlier today, I looked at the box score, and there was only 2 blocks from St. John's, none of them being Chris Obekpa. And the first half, St. John's scored 40 points, and of course, Creighton scored, I think, 36 in the first half. So early on, it looked like to be an offensive shootout was going to happen. And you know what? That's pretty much what it went down to. I mean, I think the highest point differential was 7 points. I think that happened from St. John's was over Creighton. I think actually both teams were up at 7 points. That was the highest point margin. So, yeah, I wasn't able to watch it or even go to it. I know it was pretty loud and packed at Madison Square Garden. Everyone was excited. The first game was a very close one. Of course, McDermott had that 3 to win. What was it, a buzzer beater?
Yeah, there was 2 seconds left.
Yeah, pretty much. So it was exciting. But, of course, what's more exciting than a St. John's win? Absolutely nothing. You got that right, fans. So let's see here. Like I said, McDermott led the Creighton Blue Jays with 25 points, but 0 with 8 minutes left, which was really, important because we only did win by 5. St. John's recently, whenever they have a big lead, not that any lead was big in this game, but whenever they have a big lead, they make sure that they, make it interesting by, giving up a little bit towards that last 5 minutes of the game or so. I remember one game against Seton Hall here. We were up
by double digits.
We were up by double digits with probably like 5 minutes left.
Ended up winning by 1 point.
Ended up winning by 1 point. So
it also seems like a lot of the times they start off really, like they either do one or the two. They start off really slow, get down by like 20 points at half, and then come all the way back and end up losing by 3 points, or they'll get up by a lot, and then let the other team come all the way back in the second half and end up winning by a couple points.
Always trying to make it interesting.
Always trying to make it interesting. And Rasheed Jordan was also named the Big East Rookie of the Week recently. So, congrats to Rasheed. He's our star freshman for St. John's University. We're looking for a lot from him. Hopefully he comes back next year, build off of that. But, he's a talented guy, and it's not uncommon. That's the word I'm looking for. It's not uncommon for players to come in. Just look at Mo Harkless, former St. John's great, now on the Magic, drafted by the 76ers, I believe, 2 years ago.
He was part of that Dwight Howard trade?
Yeah, he was part of the Dwight Howard trade, I believe. And so, that was big, and he 1 year wonder here at St. John's. So
I was actually talking about this with a couple people the other day, and they definitely think that Rasheed Jordan will either leave after this year or play one more year and probably leave, because he has a legitimate shot at making the draft, especially if he plays one more year here. He could have even better numbers and go to the draft after 2 years. Yeah,
definitely. And I think, another year in college won't hurt. It'll, refine your skills, give you more playing time, because this team is filled. It's got a lot of depth, this St. John's team. So, it's terrific that he's doing well, but I think next year he'll get more time, really hone his skills, and then, he could be a first-round pick in the NBA draft.
Not to mention this year is a fantastic NBA draft. There's a lot of good people declaring for the NBA this year, and he would fall much farther this year than he probably will next year. And look what happened with Marcus Smart. He stayed another year. He was considered one of the best players in college last year, but he's really, really proving it this year, and more teams are getting interested in him.
Definitely. Now, does anybody know who's the next opponent in St. John's?
I believe it's Georgetown on Sunday.
Georgetown on Sunday? We'll check that.
I think it goes Georgetown at the Garden on Sunday, and then Butler on Tuesday night.
It's Seton Hall at Seton Hall on Thursday, and then we play Georgetown on Sunday at MSG.
All right, so we got Seton Hall on Thursday at Seton Hall. Of course, again, we mentioned that earlier. We beat them by 1 here at Carnesecca. I was in the booth. I wasn't in the booth. I was actually here at the station doing the board for Shay and Annabelle, who was at Carnesecca, doing the play-by-play. And my God, I was here sitting on the edge of my seat, just listening to the broadcast, which is, of course, only heard on WSJU Radio, the voice of St. John's University. But it was intense, and hopefully we pull out to a lead and we kind of keep that. Because, there's nothing better than knowing that you're in the lead and you're cruising. You don't want to let up because, my God, I swear, my stomach turned once Rasheed Jordan and D'Angelo Harrison missed a few free throws there at the end. But what's done is done. We won that game, so I'm very happy about that. And, of course, we won this game against Creighton. Our first win against a ranked team since January of 2003.
Do you remember who that last ranked team was?
I do not know. I just read that on RedStormSports.com. I read the what am I looking for? PR, public relations report. I know it has a specific name. I know it does. I took the class. I know that. But no, I read that there. So, and those guys really know their stuff. Of course, we have a great sports program here at St. John's. But we're gonna see that. We're gonna see who the last time who who St. John's beat last January. That was the ranked team. Of course, do you guys see St. John's making the tournament? They've been up and down this season, and they started out really slow against the Big East.
I think they have to have a real good run in these last few games, and I think that a good showing in the Big East tournament, I think that will put them in.
They really have to have a fantastic end of the year, and they have to prove it in the Big East tournament. They really have to show up in the Big East tournament, and if they don't, I don't see them making it.
I mean, they have a talented ball club. Of course, they kept it close against Syracuse that game last semester.
Yeah, 2-point game in the end, I think it was.
Yeah, just around there. They beat Creighton, who is no slouch. Wisconsin, they had some nice. Of course, the first game of the season, they had a nice run or two in Wisconsin. They really held up with them until, last few minutes, until the last game.
Pulled away to make it double digit.
Yeah, so they do have a lot of talent. Of course, a lot of people were projecting them to even make it to the Sweet 16. They had that kind of talent. So,
I think their two biggest challenges coming up right now. They got Georgetown on Sunday, who they got blown out by.
Right.
At Georgetown.
Right.
So it will be at home. Well, it'll be at MSG, but we just beat Creighton there. So we have a good shot against them. That'll be a big game. And then, of course, against number 6 Villanova. And if we can upset Villanova, that'll certainly put us in the talk.
Definitely.
After having just upset number 12 Creighton, beating Georgetown, and then beating number 6 Villanova, we could have a good shot then.
Definitely. We're on a nice little 3-game win streak, beating Marquette, winning in Providence, and, of course, the big game on Sunday. So we'll try and see if they can keep the momentum going. I know Steve Lavin was quoted by saying that they're not satisfied, but this win was huge for the future of this club in the near future. So of course the confidence is sky high, I'm sure, right now. Like I said, winning 3 in a row and one against a huge opponent like Creighton. So that's like winning 2 in one game. Beating a number 12 team, the number 1 seed in the Big East. So
gets their confidence up. Hopefully they can carry momentum into these next few games.
Yeah.
To take down Seton Hall.
Exactly.
Georgetown.
Exactly.
In the last 8 games, we're 6-2 right now. And one of them was against Providence, that double overtime game, who we then just beat at Providence.
Right.
So we lost to Creighton by 3 at Creighton and then beat Creighton at home. So we're actually on a pretty good 8-game stretch right now. We had those 4 losses before that to DePaul, Villanova, Georgetown, and Xavier.
That DePaul one's rough too.
Yeah, that DePaul one is rough. That was a rough stretch for us. And then we've had a last good 8 straight games. It's looking good. The second half of the season is looking really good.
Yeah, we're all excited about it. We're on the home stretch. Of course, March Madness is only a month away. So, of course, we're going to be doing our bracket here at the Sports Stop. Of course, you can listen to that when the time comes. But, yeah, that's St. John's basketball for you. Big win against Creighton. Let's keep it going against Seton Hall on Thursday night in Seton Hall.